Wait, who do we have in TeamSpeak that we don't have on? Am I crazy? 3, 6, 9? No. Okay, myself, Absent, Angel, Daz, Jesse.
Mac. We don't have Mac.
But my armor crash. I have to restart.
You're fine.
Does one of the drone operators in the heavy drone team want to go to team leader? Or is that unnecessary?
Not. Well, kind of, because you want to alert people on the runway to make sure it's clear, but that's up to you.
Even forget about the second one.
I'm gonna push us to map because it's self-explanatory. It's just so I can explain some technical stuff. When landing the UCAV drone, be very gentle with it. Do not auto-land any of the flying drones because it'll cause issues. Do not intentionally rearm the switchblade launchers to get the drone back. We have limited supply for a reason, but at the same time, if you manage to use all of them, then damn, good job. Entire map is dynamic. Everything in the red zone is hostile because next stop is going to be basically an armored push through the map. Beyond that, there's a lot of stuff in storage areas as well. There will be a lot of dynamic stuff moving in as well. You're basically just trying to take out all the military hardware that you can. Anything is fair game. This is just me basically trying something similar to what we tried, I think, 2 weeks ago. Just trying to optimize it a little better because I want to see if this is a viable concept and it wasn't just the map being absolutely silly. Triple R locations are here for the heavy drones. You can see that the Falcons here, the UCAVs are here, and then the Sentinels there. Everyone else should be spawning close by a box and be able to just set up launchers and launch stuff. Highly recommend you take off and you land from those two directions because otherwise you won't have the engine power to take off from the opposite side, so keep that in mind. Otherwise, that should be it. Are there any questions about drones?
So it's blade max range.
Should be infinite for this map. Is there usually a hard code limit? I thought that was for the Crocus drone only. You might be limited by speed or fuel consumption. If that's the case, I'll put some vehicles down for you to go out and about. Just be very careful because red zone is all bad. God damn it. Any other questions? All right, cool. Go ahead.
Is there any chance of like a counter attack or like?
No. This is mainly just softening up the AO for the next mission. Lola, what's your ETA to get back on the server?
1 minute.
Alright, I'll give him the minute. There's at least 30 to 40 hard points all across the map, and then there's going to be dynamic convoys moving along certain areas as well, so...
The switchblades, are they at 300 or 600?
Both.
Yeah. 300 to 10 minutes, 10 kilometers, 600 to 40 minutes, 40 kilometers.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
That should cover
8.
the whole map.
Yeah, that should. Switchblade 300 should cover the whole map. Maybe not that corner, but then, you know, use your switchblades or use your heavier drones on it, but you should have the range. If not, you know, just trial and error. Use your UAVs then to spot targets first before you launch switchblades. I'll give Lolo 30 more seconds because he just got back on the server, and then we should be good. Yeah, because I know there's like something right there. We got something up there. There's a lot of compounds I have stuff in as well. Bunch of stuff down here, yada yada. Alright, I'm gonna push this through. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, this is just meant to be a little bit of fun, you know, battleship shenanigans, so we'll see how things go. Last total 2 hours, then I'm gonna be right into some mission editing and some bookkeeping work.
Our team's on 70.
Succeeded.
Yep, that should be good. I think the only thing I need to provide is maybe some UAV batteries, so 1 second. I think I got too busy prepping all the other sites.
Yeah, 70.
And then this should be that, and then we have some spare darters here too. Cool. I really need to set that back to 50 on the pre-program. I keep forgetting. Alright, regular drone teams, your box is there for the heavy guys. Alright, for you guys, in case you need scouting drones, we have them over there in the boxes, and there's also spare cargo batteries for those drones if need be. Otherwise, yep, you got 2 hours. Feel free to do what you need to do. Gonna hide in the corner and see what's up, but yeah, like I said, a lot of dynamic stuff here. We have a lot of drones in storage, have some various helicopters here, but this is literally just meant to be like a 2-hour playground for everything.
This is.
And I've got some, you know, single hidden targets close by as well, but I'll be probably at the 15-minute mark just making some dynamic convoys and seeing how things go, because we already got some stopped ones all around as well. But again, I'm trying to experiment more heavily with stuff. Yep, you guys are clear to start launching shit has made it. Yeah, break. Yes, you're clear to start doing stuff.
Roger.
I can't English.
Yep, you're clear to start reconnaissance.
You might have put that on the wrong net.
Yeah, that was wrong, yes, sir.
Oh, was it? Pistol. I don't know how.
So how this is going to go is next week, hopefully on this time slot, I'll basically have a bunch of Merkava tanks and then maybe some F-35s. And then their goal will basically be to clear out this road. And then anything that they don't detonate, like anti-air systems, I'll have set up. Artillery positions I'll also have set up, and I'll basically be interdicting their ability to clear this road. I'm debating whether or not I've got like a Shaheed position over here. These aren't Shaheeds, that's a different type of drone, but I've got some other drone positions I could use against them as well, but I probably won't for this mission. This one I just want to kind of keep as casual. Aw, Axe, why would you say that, man? Come on. I already have a long-ass day today. I don't need more shit.
This is Team 2. I'm gonna have my guys start in the yellow box area to the south, and the 2 villages southeast.
I wouldn't... Well, I guess you could call it a training op. This is just something to do something different than what I normally do. AKA, like our normal, you know, infantry squads or assaulting stuff. This is just meant to have fun. Ah, Axe, you're an asshole. I mean, right now the server's being pretty stable right now, so I think it was literally just the map, because that map was like a fourth of the size and causing those issues, so...
Did you drop the toolkit even?
I think it was just the map, personally.
I will.
So these little mini ones are the Switchblade
Command,
300
this is
launchers.
Team 2. I've been informed that apparently the Switchblade launchers are too fat for our backpacks. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. The 600s,
Got like
I
the
believe.
600s. That's weird. But it makes sense. Let me try some Alice. Stand by.
Roger.
I put some Alice packs in the central cargo crate. Try those. I forget because it's an inventory item. It needs shit like that. It had like 6 updates the day after. Are you kidding? So they like immediately up. That's funny. Oh well. But yeah, no, it's just meant to be a nice little scouting op. We'll already potentially see switchblades deploying and finding targets. But I think the smartest thing for them to do would be to start like sectioning out the map and then just hitting stuff as, you know, things come in. So we'll just have to see how things go. And then I can always set up a bunch of other stuff. We already have darters starting to mark everything here. But again, this is just meant to be a nice casual op in, you know, the the week of insanity I gotta pull, so. I think they're gonna do fine. But you never know. I also have a occasional, like, 50 cals. There's the U-23 positions to shoot at any drones that, stick around. I can't tell if they're practicing landing or whatnot. They just got to be careful with how they're launching stuff. This one already has all of its pylons missing. I don't know what that was about, but I think he aborted that runway attempt. Yeah, I don't know what he engaged. Weird. Yeah. So it's only flown about a few kilometers. It's already low on fuel there, but these are just the 300s out. Sounds like you have to toggle bell fare. 7 updates after the 20th of March. Yeah, I don't know what they were doing, man. That's a weird one. But yeah, I also have vehicles close by for close by detonations. That was, I don't know. I feel like that might have been a bit of a miss. Same with this one. It was also a bit of a miss. I'm worried they might be trying to do, like, the scripted system where they hit them, when in reality they need to fly these in manually. That's why I have all these camo nets up. Though I think one direct explosion can, like, lower the camo net, and then a second one can do it. They have a limited amount of drones, though. Alright, let's see if it can engage the tank properly. Yeah, so they're doing the scripted way to deal with that. So that's not going to work for some of these camo netted positions, though. But it's okay. They're learning. We'll see how well they do. So at least that got a hit. The infamous Israeli accuracy. You can also consider, like, anything, like, super big. They can use the UCAV Sentinel with some guided GBUs to hit.
Let me check. Our darter is...
Because that one, it's a little easier to laser them in. You can do the same with these, though, but it looks like they're changing. They got a cluster bomb and 3 of those. Fair. But I'm thinking in, like, 8 minutes, I'll put a convoy out and give them something to chew on there. But they got that marked, which is quite nice. Thinking, let's do, like, multiple BTRs. Let's see. We're going to want to go into Insurgents if we can. APCs, BTR 60s. Yeah, why not? Put them all in a tight column formation. Group them all separately. 60s can be disabled by a 300 as well. Or a rocket run. Hell, something could breathe on these funny and it would work. Here, better yet, let's move these so we can go down here. And then get them along the MSR. And get them out like that. A little early, but at the same time, it won't hurt to, you know, get those out early. Ah, yeah, Charlotte with the Daisy commands. We're playing Arma 3, though. Another 300. Swing and a miss, Charlie Brown.
I just slalomed a fucking switchblade through like several holes and missed everything. That was hilarious.
Epic.
Yeah. It's okay, buddy. This is why we do trial and error. No, because then they're gonna play that as an Arma 3 command, and then I'd have to, like, manually go and turn it off, and I'm just rather not gonna do it. Alright, they have a 600 out. So we can take a look at what their maximum amount of drones are per team. They got 75 300s, and then I think 40 600s. That gives them over 100 switchblades to play with between, you know, 3 people. And then they also have the darters to do scouting. So, you know, that's like 200 drones, where if you don't miss, you can actually blow up quite a bit in this AO. And then we have the big drone as well for, you know, some heavier stuff if need be. Alright, so they're blowing up some of the stuff out here. This is good. Did it just Mario hop and hit the camo net and then disable the tank? That's kind of funny. Jesus Christ, that dude just got blown up. What the fuck? yeah, I think we should run at this point. Yeah. Probably want to abandon that position, buddy. It's funny as hell. Thought I set the AI to be able to engage these, but I guess not. Whoop! Where is the end of the MSR? It's over here, so... Got some poor SOBs out here that are just going to try to escape at this point. Yeah, they're Mario hopping to destroy the cargo net, and then the follow-on drone detonates on the tank and actually cooks it. That's kind of funny. How's my convoy doing? It's not. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's see if they go for this depot another time. Maybe they're trying to hit the lone BRDM out here first. I mean, if they can't get it, they can always ask the bigger drone to hit it with something, you know?
I'm gonna fire a switchblade at the tank marker.
Raj.
I see. He's going completely off-road now, because he somehow went to defend only. I'm curious if he's going to try to hone in to hit the infantry, or if they might find, like, other stuff over here.
I'm letting the switchblade AI take the wheel, but I don't think it's doing the thing. Oh my god. Never mind, it did the thing.
I don't think it hit it in a critical system, though. It did minimal damage. Oh, no. Bro, they're just running. It lit them on fire! What? Where, boom? Bro's just out here burning to death. No boom, only incendiary. Jesus. Okay. That's just terrifying. We got other switchblades flying out and about. Put him out of his misery? No, I think he finally burned it. God. Not what I was expecting there, admittedly, but, you know, it is what it is. Jesus Christ. It's going okay. It's just going to be a lawn dam, a bit EP, but, you know, what can you do? Alright, let's see if they can do it now. It depends, killing, because it's applying damage to the AI in the form of pain damage. You don't bleed, though, on thermal burns, though. It just knocks you out, and then you bleed out from other things. Man, this compound... I was thinking this Shilka might be too powerful, but, nah, this Shilka is able to take a lot. That ZU-23, however... Big ouch.
Sorry.
Alright, so once again, my BTRs have stunted themselves. Excellent. Let's try this again. Come on. They're having mechanical problems. That's... Why are you facing the wrong way? I'm scared if they're still, like, running after these AI. I just told them to run out of the map, man. They don't want to be here anymore. Somehow these BTRs, they're starting to self-correct, but that's kind of weird that they're in that position. Another drone's being sent out probably to finish off the remaining tank. I didn't sign up for this. So that, I believe, is a 600. And then that is a 300. So that's the difference in symbolism. 300 has that even parallel. 600 has the bigger outer wings. Got the drones up here as well. They've got stuff marked all the way out here, so that's quite nice. I think they're trying to organize this drone to then do a landing. They could have multiple in the air at once, though. So I wonder what they're playing with. Maybe they have one guy on a darter and then another guy on one of the combat drones. So far, I'm going to do another convoy in 8 minutes. For 22 minutes, like a sixth of the time, they're kind of learning things and they're getting things organized here. They're not doing bad, you know? JY, thanks for 69-month resub, buddy.
69, nice.
Hope you keep enjoying the operation so we get a nice kick out of this scenario. They're crossing that AO out because they've completely cleared it. Good. And we've got plenty of other positions marked here. I'm just trying to wait and see what they're going to potentially try to engage. Alright, so one BTR is making it out, so I'll probably be able to use that again. It's a 60, though. It's not really going to last that long. But all of those have been detonated.
Good.
Something went up here and got detonated. Don't know what that was about. I think it just missed. Otherwise, more switchblades coming out over here. We do have quite a bit of anti-air out here. Aragon, buddy, how you doing? Just letting my players play with drones and trying to see if they'll actually hit stuff with them. So this is a 600, so this should be able to cook off anything heavy. And she flies over. They're attempting a landing now. Quite a good amount of hardware in this position. Let's see if they can get this drone in. Flap should be all the way down. Landing gear should be down. Engine should be cut. She's going way too fast, though, for a landing. She ain't even close to being low enough. But we do see these switchblades circling areas here. AI slowly walking over the bridge. I do appreciate that they're pathing that. Games have been going good, man. We had a Star Wars up a few hours ago. Went pretty well. Unfortunately, one of the people they're trying to rescue from prison got strafed by a TIE fighter, but that's okay. Alright, we're just gonna respawn him. It's 8 total. I don't know why their AI decided to go brain dead, but oh well. And they smacked the Tunguska. Nice. I'd say that was the most dangerous thing, since the player base are going to get, like, you know, 35s. These helicopters are going to get sniped out of the air by them, but good choice of a target there. They're now trying to line up the drone to fly even more. And they're lowering her. It sounds like they cut her engine. I think they're a little too far out for that now, but I understand they're being a bit defensive. They don't want to make sure it doesn't, like, crash on the runway or anything. We have another one. That's another 300 coming in here. Are they going to get a hit this time? Still no. I don't know why they're struggling with this one compound. At this point...
Damn, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm sorry.
How do you use that?
At this point, they should have the bigger drones focus on that. Because they keep burning them right there, and they've got drones that have much more firepower. Like, they can just AGM them from afar. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just the Zeus. Yeah, I know. The Shilka once again has won by not doing anything. My Shilka's too powerful. Let's see what else they hit here. I'm gonna put up some MI8s just on, like, transport. No, actually, that would be something really, really cool. Let me get some CSAT vehicles here. Middle East. Helicopter. Give me some, like, big-ass MI8s with rockets, yeah. Set them to careless and forced hold fire. And it crashed probably because it ran out of steam before it hit the runway. I tested this runway with both of these types of drones. These are super easy to take off and land. This one was the difficult one. I never blew it up on the first try, but that one I would always land and it would be a little bit damaged because you have to know how to use your air brake for that one, and I still don't. But alright, they're getting more stuff reconned out. I think I can delete these guys. They've made it out of the AO here. But yeah, I'll have these MI8 start circling as our next spawned patrol. But I told them, like, hey, make sure you're not doing the autopilot landing because that will cause them to crash. So I don't know if they did the autopilot landing there or they just lost track of it and finagled it. Alright, a 600 coming into here. That should be able to kill something. This is just a stopped convoy here. Let's see what they target. Hitting something in here could cause secondary detonations, which is always good. Okay, they just hit some of the infantry. You know, they're coming in way too fast and, like, not at really good angles either. Like, they need to really, if they're going to try to hit into here and they're aiming for these vehicles, why not come from the east or the west? So you can maximize the target area, you know? That's okay. That's why we do ops like these. You know, as someone did say earlier, it is kind of like a training op. They have a bunch of them, and now they just need to figure out, okay, what's good, what's not. Here's my follow-up thing, though. 71 and 26 versus 63 and 38. So they still have plenty. Now we're seeing the Falcon drone taking off, which, I mean, this is a good one, but it's very easy to get that one shot down. But we'll see what they do with it. the heavy drone team's only a 2-man crew, so they're probably having someone running, like, permanent reconnaissance here. But now you got the MI8s flying around. Curious if they might see that and then chase after them. They'll eventually realize those are flying in the AO, though. I'm just going to have them do a wide circle. If they try to engage these with the Falcon drone, I will RC one and try to shoot the Falcon down, though.
You know, it was the lock was circled. I got that custom red lockbox.
I gotta be careful about putting these a little too far out. They can just put the spent launchers away, because they'll start running out of room soon. You see all these guys are on switchblades right now, just trying to figure things out.
I see 3 times helicopters flying in the air.
Alright, they got these called out.
Well, I hope you're confident in hitting them, because I don't know if I am.
Slow speed and shallow angles, exactly. Yeah, now that they found them, the thing is the helicopter should be quicker than the switchblades, but we'll see.
Yeah, see, I've had that. I had that at a point. I don't know. I hit R twice. You know, the
Falcon drone just started engaging. Finally, this compound goes. After I just heard a switchblade also come in and hit this spot too. I guess to double tap the Shilka. Excellent. And the BRDM is dead. Alright, I got some BTRs. I got stuck back here. So I'm just going to respawn them. They haven't spotted this convoy coming in yet. Probably another 10 minutes we'll do like a tank convoy. Probably from the southern spawn, just going to the northern areas here. But let's see. Ooh, I like that approach. Yeah, no, that's a pretty okay. Minimal damage, though. I think this is a 300. 300s are better against more lightly skinned vehicles. Tanks, I think, are going to need the 600s. But 300s, they're good for your ZU-23s, your D-30 batteries, your BM-21 launchers. Whereas 600s are the bigger ones that have a bigger explosive package. But at least they're tuning their accuracy. That I can be happy about. A little worried about this one flying in the air. I think that's a 600 though, so it's going to have quite a bit of engine room. And then they're working on cooking everything off over here, which is pretty good. That tank, I think, cooked off that drone, but hasn't cooked off the other one yet. This guy was going to give him a wide path to run out on. Something just took off next to me. Ah, that's the darters. I'm going to run over here. 600 have a javelin warhead? Fair. Yeah, they're shooting at the darter. Not sure they're going to be able to get it from that range, though. But now we see the player base is really starting to learn how to utilize this stuff. There's still a big chunk of the map remaining, though. So far, so good. They've got a good amount of the map reconned as well. I'd say they have a third to a fourth, or a fourth to third reconned out. They got other stuff marked and everything, so that's good. Tempted to grab a BM-21 and fire into their territory. Had another vehicle. Oh, it took a truck out. Here, I'll end key that and say it cooks off that one as well, because it made the truck fly off. That's funny. You got the Falcon drone up here flying high. I can't tell if it's firing at this convoy or if I think it fired at the air assets here instead. Alright, now for a tank convoy. Let's go ahead and just go into insurgents here. we could grab army, but I think we still have, yeah, 55s here. And then all we need them to do is drive in a straight line. You'd be amazed at the how easily the AI can screw up driving in a straight line. Alright. I do like how they face their weapons left and right, though, to cover the convoy when they're in formation, though. That's a nice little thing instead of them all just facing forward. I'm waiting to see if they see this line of BTRs coming up. Looks like they have noticed. Good. And we hear more cook-offs over here. All right, they took out all those vehicles. They even hit one over here. Nice. Something just smoked the infantry over there. That's good. And now you got BTRs firing. I think they're firing up at the Yavin. We've got more AGMs coming in. Because these guys are reaching close to the enemy base right there. You got the aircraft flying overhead again. I wonder if these are being set to automatically dive. We'll know in a second because it'll just awkwardly, like, fold down. Yeah, like that. Not bad. Some of the BTRs are getting stuck. Because they're aggroing on some of the drones up here. Some good marking so far. Tanks are going to be slow, but they'll still keep coming in. Progress-wise, we're a quarter through the time. At this rate, they'll probably be able to take out around 2/3 of the map. The BTR broke in front of the vehicle. Faked them out. That was kind of funny, not gonna lie. It's like this entire depot has been fully cooked off except for this one Mi-24, but she's damaged with no fuel, so she's probably gonna just stay there as a derelict. Okay, I think at this point I'm gonna tell these guys to kind of run for the hills. They're just getting utterly screwed over. This guy's made it to the end of the map, so I'll withdraw him. And we'll see if those guys calculate the pathing they need to get out of here. Alright, some of the vehicles out here are also starting to get destroyed in the further back location there. And it looks like a majority of this BTR convoy is still moving out. Here, reordering these guys to move. And they'll pick up speed in a moment. Alright, so far so good. Alright, vehicles are starting to break out of this region here. Should be good. And I still have this convoy. I might turn these guys into an actual convoy in a second. Let's see. I think they're trying to line up a 300 to hit this BTR. Boop. There she is. I'm just gonna have those guys get out and follow on foot. Yep, so we got some Scud launchers over here, some more modernized tanks, and then another Tunguska. Helicopters are still going to be circling. Tanks have made it through a good chunk of the area here. They might get out completely unscathed, which is fine. Again, just targets of opportunity, but those tanks we'll just see in the mission next week as well. Yeah, so we have another BTR here that was hit earlier. Nice. Then we have the Yabin flying incredibly low. I'm assuming that wasn't intentional. Yep, and now the UCAV's taken off. These two AI are just stuck here. They're like, ah, we're not gonna go. We're just gonna explode if we need to. BTR striking at the Yabin there. We have another tank that was hit on the outskirts here. And once again, I'm going to retreat the AI. So good interception of this convoy here. Let's take a look at their remaining drones right now. What do we got? 60 and 33. 66 and 20. Each group started with about 115, so they've still got a good amount here. I don't think it records the kills here, though, but you can see the amount of drones utilized there, which is kind of funny. So that kill feed doesn't give them information on things, which is unfortunate. And you still got some of these BTRs here a bit stuck. Mac calling it, I guess, because this isn't his type of op, or maybe he went to bed early. Maybe he'll come back, we'll see. Either way. UCAV is now flying overhead here. Maybe they're going to use the UCAV on this position. It's hard to say. The UCAV is meant to be like a deep strike against the bottom right of the map because that's the furthest away, but, I mean, it's up to them on however they want to utilize it, you know? Still got some 600s over the center of what remains of this BTR convoy here. It's all separated out. I think I'm going to retreat these BTRs off the map because they're in like they're in the middle of a kill zone here. That's two 60s and a 40. That's going to be a long-ass tax back, but that's what they want to do. That's what they'll do. They loaded those with daggers. Interesting. She's still coming in incredibly quick. Yeah, it took some health damage from that, but that's fine. If it works, it works. The trick is also making sure that they don't launch drones out as these things are coming into land. Alright.
Yeah, you gotta manually rearm them.
Yeah, he has to now drive the truck out there. He probably will. They'll drive the vehicles out there to deal with that. Real quick, did I add a fuel pump to these? No, I'm an idiot. real quick. Losing my sanity, I guess. UCAV drone is now back in this corner. Otherwise, let's take a look at the AO here. So they've destroyed all the outbound tanks. We still have some BMPs and some BTRs in the compound there. Tank convoy is still steadily driving out of the zone. We'll do another convoy in about 15 minutes. I'll probably turn this one on and just have it drive through the region, probably up to this corner and then down the road. Got plenty of other active vehicles leaving the AOs. That's fine. And we got 2 static tanks over here. Yep, they're hitting stuff. Looks like they're organizing it, so that one I think is going to dive down. Yep. And this one is just driving over to confirm. I guess that does technically count as a kill because it hit the camo net. That's funny. Still got those helicopters flying over. We'll see if those 600s hit anything up there. Here, I think I'm going to go ahead and enable this. I do it one at a time so it confirms the order of the convoy because sometimes it can get a little ridiculous. And this is just to get the pathing right. I don't really want to drive them along a bridge here, but I might have to. We can just say they get lost, it's fine. Alright, and then in theory that should work out. You still have some of those vehicles retreating. You got these other guys going. These guys made it to the edge of the map, so I'll remove them. That vehicle made it to the edge of the map, so I'll remove it. But yeah, the rest of this convoy, I mean, that means that 1 BTR made it out, 2 are still up, 5 got disabled and or destroyed, so not bad. I'll group the ones that lag behind at the end. UCAV got landed and rearmed. Awesome. How's her health? Yeah, okay, so they got it down perfectly. Awesome. Op's going to go a full 2 hours, so we're going to add another hour, 13 minutes. And we see that they are slowly expanding. We just saw that area get hit earlier. Something in here looks like they killed one of the infantry guys. I'll just have them run out at this point. Retreat him south. At the end of the trail, one more got stuck. Yeah. This can be a little annoying, can it? Oh well, what can we do? I can't tell if the BTRs are potentially pushing onto this base or whatnot. They might be. Those tanks gonna get through completely. That means that road's still safe, so I can just spawn another convoy until it eventually gets found. Looks like one Switchblade finagled its way into here and managed to take out one of those. And I don't know if that missed or not, but yeah, vehicles are disabled. I'm a little worried these guys might be actually going for the location into here, which would be pretty damn funny. Alright, I'm gonna put you in the back. Let's see if that fixes them. Alright, overall, I mean, good chunk of stuff here is down. There's still some surviving assets here and there, but they're doing alright. I think these guys aggro and they're heading in. They're heading into the base, man. They're mad. Another wave of drones are starting to hit all the stuff over here. That's nice. And they're sending another one over to check on these. That is not gonna be good. Just inching it. Alright, I'm thinking of doing a transport convoy. What would be something good to hit that we can roll over for the next op? Yeah. When in doubt, create more convoys. Because damn, these guys do not like to drive in a straight freaking line, do they? Why is that thing twitching uncontrollably? Okay, it hit the ground. Alright, well, it looks like one of the BTRs got struck over here. The other one's still inching along over there. This truck decided to... I don't know what goes through some of their AI brains, man. It vexes me. Looks like they've struck a majority of this site, which is good. I'm gonna run these guys out. I think they're using DAGR pods in the Falcon drone to get those kills. She seems high enough to not be engaged by the tanks. Don't know about the AAA, but that's going to take a while to get there. By then it should be long gone.
Hey, Brownie.
Looks like they're still working on some of the Scud launchers out
There's
here.
a big fat convoy moving west to east into Karshek. If you want to hit that, I'm working
I think
on
they're
it
talking
as well,
about
but it's a
these,
lot.
yeah. And it looks like they noticed the tanks.
It's one of the towns just outside of our.
So that's a
front line.
600. I think it's been ordered to take out the lead vehicle there.
You see that yellow circle? That's the convoy-ish.
Oh, I see it. Which direction is it again?
Nice.
Eastbound. It's eastbound.
Is it trucks or armored vehicles?
Alright, trying to pull the AI out here. Some are able to run. Okay, they're starting to get out. That's good. Meanwhile, in this
Hiluxes,
position...
Land Rovers, there's a couple BMPs.
Start running the AI out here. Those vehicles made it out. These vehicles made it out. Convoy's starting to get struck, so some of the vehicles are slowly starting to try to maneuver out of here. UCAV's going off again. Some of these tanks have caused a bit of a... Now is not the time to make little tankettes. We gotta get out of the freaking map. Ay, ay, ay. And then you still have this BTR. It came up and then it turned around. I don't know why. I thought it was going to go all the way into the airfield, but I guess not. And you got those guys running around. More switchblades coming into the convoy. That fucking turn, man, always gets me. Alright, that was the mortar truck. Looks like they're going to be bringing some of the switchblades out here to strike this deep AA position. Hope those are 600s, because 300s aren't going to do anything to them. And you got that BTR following through. UCAV's flying around as well. 6 minutes before our first hour will be up. I'm going to be honest, the other drone op, it felt like that 2 hours went a lot quicker compared to this one. They've got each team of like 3 has about 115 drones. So they should be okay. And if not, then, I mean, they've got a lot to work with. They can always then get on some of the bigger drones and help with those. With the whole rearming process there and whatnot. Trying to resync these guys again, but they don't seem to really want to follow orders here. Try this again. Are they actually? Alright, hold on. Let's see. No, okay, I thought they ordered to try to get an intercept on the air asset, but looks like they're reordering that. 600 got a pretty good hit on it, but it wasn't a total detonation. Have these guys go run up and check on that. Tank convoy is starting to leave the AO, which is good. I'm going to ungroup all these tanks and regroup them. Hopefully that gets them to keep moving along. And then reorder them to keep moving. Alright, they cooked off that one. We still have these assets down here, so a few more 300 launch. 600's going in for the launch there. We have another 300 out and about. Maybe they're looking for that one BTR that got away. And they're starting to organize everything to launch over here. We got nothing but empty tubes. And it looks like they're going to strike this one BTR. Alright. And now we just have these infantry, and I genuinely have no idea where they're going at this point. So I'm going to try to reorder them to get off the map, because everything's been hit at that point. Alright, you know what, Chuckleheads, how about we just blitz out of here individually. Hopefully they'll process that one day. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. BMPs in that one vehicle are still moving around. Otherwise, they've got a good level of the map marked up. Yeah. They still got more stuff to mark back here and then stuff ultimately down south, but they're making good progress. I think there was another position where they had a few more of those missile launchers destroyed. Looks like they got a bulk of these taken out, though, which is good. And I am reorienting those vehicles. So some of the tanks are moving on, some are still going. Still have these Mi-8s flying around. Eventually I will have to recall them out of the AO, because otherwise they're going to run out of fuel. Yeah, another 300 going by over here. It looks like they're locking onto the infantry. Bro, they're trying to leave, I promise. I promise. They're trying. Keep that for a car or something. Speaking of cars, these chuckleheads don't want to go, so I might as well reattach them to there, because at least they'll move a little bit. He says, okay, no, wait, we're seeing something. This is good. Ah, Razor Cheesecake's great. Sending one more 600 probably to destroy that final vehicle. The 23, they probably won't really care about. 300 flying overhead as well. And most of these tanks are now driving not to where I told them to. Ah, because they're on defend only.
So that looks like a massive oopsie.
Yeah, someone tried to start the Yabin and it ran into my helicopter.
Ah.
Well.
Rip.
That's unfortunate.
Damn.
Wrecks on the runway are going to be moved off the runway so we can have other stuff land, but, oof. That's why we coordinate, boys. That one was not an Arma, that was a U. So, we just lost the helicopter drone and another
Someone
Yabin.
tried to steal one of the Yabins and they crashed into the helicopter.
Amazing. I hope they're not going to use the 300 on that. Maybe they'll use the 300 on some of the stuff that remains out here, like the artillery piece. But we'll see that one. I also can't tell what it's been ordered to do specifically. Ah, it was ordered to take out this segment of wall that was making me unfortunately uncomfortable. I see. Now that it's sideways, it no longer possesses a threat to me. An absolute excellent deduction in resources. I don't know why they did that. I don't know, and at this point, I don't think I'll ever know. But they did it. GG. Very essential piece of equipment. I agree. Absolutely. If that piece of wall was around during COVID, it would have been allowed to continue doing its job as a wall instead of staying home. Yep. Very important. Essentially. Yeah, essentially important. Mm-hmm. Damn right. I don't know why they did that. Who knows? Alright, let's do a drone number check. What do we got? 38 and 23. And 54 and 11. They just waved the UCAV off. It was coming in too hot. Alright, we need more soft skin convoys for more 300 targets here. Oh, the Insurgent BTR 60 cars. That's what we could do.
منتظر دستورم. منتظر دستورم. منتظر دستورم. آماده دستورم. منتظر دستورم. حاضرم.
Hell yeah. Car force.
دریافت شد. دارم میام. شنیدم. شنیدم. دارم میام. شنیدم. 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 دریافت شد. دارم میام.
Yeah, this should be the road that goes all the way across the map, right? Yep, excellent.
دریافت شد. دارم میام.
And then off into the sunset. Perfect. So I think they ordered this 300 to follow the flight path. If they could figure it out, then they could then, you know, put a drone down and intercept it. And then we have all these tanks doing I don't even know anymore. Yeah, as you can see, the helicopters are much quicker than that poor 300. Cut the engine. Nice. A little bit of health damage, but that can be repaired. Nice. Might cook off that BMP, but we have other soft skin targets here that 300s can go for. And she cooks. Yeah, this convoy is gonna pass by very, very quickly. And the 3, it's still chasing him. I love it. This damn convoy does not know. Oh, how to drive. I'm literally just gonna replace you because you are just being too difficult with me, I swear. Alright, everything here has been hit. I mean, this Tigris has been pretty well disabled, but we do have that ZU-23 there, so. Meanwhile, they're hitting the stuff in here. That's nice. They're probably going to hit this one helicopter. Nice. Took out the building, too. Alright, I mean, we still have this one position back here. This is where some pretty souped-up tech is as well, so. Mainly the Tunguska there is going to be the very dangerous part, but this is also where I have Shaheeds. I have noticed that there's been a lack of darter utilization now, but it looks like they're going to move the drone right here all the way to that corner to see if there's any viable targets they can snipe on the bottom right of the map. Good call. So I am planning for at least one more stream tonight at 8 o'clock. That's going to be the 506th Secret Squirrel. However... Oh, nice, they decrewed that. However, there's also potentially a Mass Effect op after that I can catch like the second hour of in a new unit I'll be working in. So, yeah. I get to be a Solarian again, but I don't get the jetpack anymore. So, you know, wins and losses.
Hey, Angel. Yeah. If you're able, could you get one of those heavy drones to hit a position that's full of scuds and tanks? I'll give you a circle.
Yeah, I think they're talking about this one over here. Because the rooftop's too heavy for them.
Roger. Sending over Yabin now.
Thank you.
Quick FYI, 50 minutes remaining, but you guys are actually doing pretty good compared to the previous up.
Sounds good.
506 is Reforger, yep, and then we'll be back on Arma 3 with Mass Effect. Yep, so they're marking this out with a blue box.
Can you get some of your guys to recon the green square if you haven't already? It looks kind of bare. I feel like there's something there.
Yeah, because they got markers for everything else out over here. They need to do reconnaissance there. Looking on the map, we got some stuff that is also unmarked, like BM21 sites, and then we've got other areas over here, but some of them do have markers on it, so. Are they gonna try to 600 that again, or? Damn, that guy's really high up. Oh, he's out of fuel. Uh-oh. Well, he's eventually gonna glide down at that point. Alright, I got some AI that are making it out. I'll just remove them from play. These guys, I'm gonna be honest, there's no drones here to see them, so I'm just gonna remove them because they're, you know, running off the edge there. I can remove those guys from play. That lone guy can remove from play. We'll see what else they take out. Yeah, the trick under these is to find an angle where they can't actually hit stuff, and they hit stuff. That could cook off that one. No, I think this one's tumbling to the ground because it's out of fuel. Yep. Graciously to the ground. 600 found that tank and took it out. Alright, I have no idea why this vehicle convoy is silly, but it's been... It's unable to drive. So just a quick restart there, and that gets them all to start driving again. I'm gonna say retreated because he's still there for some silly reason. And it looks like this drone hit the ground, and we're just gonna delete him from play. I think we have another example of a drone that is, it just kind of got forgot about, so it'll eventually tumble to the ground again. Yeah, everything else there is hit. But yeah, the final review of this will be pretty interesting. Group up that vehicle to follow once again. Yeah, we have a little mini depot out here that hasn't been spotted yet either. Alright. I think the UCAV dropped some bombs, so now they're trying to land with that. Meanwhile, cooked off 2 of the Scud launchers. There's still one more hidden back there, and then I got some tanks. But yeah, from the angle up super high, they're not going to be able to get too many hits there. They need to use one of the bombs from either the UCAV or reload the bombs on those. Hiccups. Fuel on those are at half. I think we'll be able to keep those flying the entire time. The drones do have air-to-air rockets as well, or missiles, technically. So they could use a Yabin to shoot those down if they wanted to, but I think they still have this poor 300 trying to follow them. Now we got the UCAV coming over. Unsure if it's going to focus on anything here, but we'll see. Alright, these guys have made it out. I can remove them from play. I'm assuming you're stuck on a tree. Just gonna reset these guys and then push them south. Whoever gets there, gets there. I can't tell if the vehicles hit debris here or if they just got randomly stuck. But at this point, I think vehicles are just going to make a break for it. Just to get out of here at this point. I can see that the turret gunners are kind of looking around, though, so I think they're aggroed on stuff. Oh. She's going down. I have no idea what happened to her, but there goes the UCAV. Heavy drone team's down to 1 asset. Maybe something with a 23mm struck it? I don't know. How did you go to the exact same spot and get stuck again? Like, it's like that one damn stepsister that always gets stuck in the damn laundry fucking thingamajig. I don't understand why it keeps happening. Just go. Just drive. It's not hard. I swear to God, if I look over... Okay, now you're driving on the damn road. It's annoying. But what can you do? What could have hit the UCAV? Again, I don't know. I don't think I have any guided AA that's live at the moment. So I'm thinking it had to have been 23mm. Alright, all those tanks got cooked. We got some of these cars just trying to drive out of here at this point. Once again, we have these trucks driving in the absolute wrong direction. So I'm just going to give them individual waypoints to get out of here. And it looks like they're trying to do that now. All right. Break them apart, have them run. They're trying to get more of these vehicles into here because now the UCAV is down. The only way they can do a bomber is if they change out the Sentinel here. Looks like she landed a little off course, though, and might be completely damaged, so Angel's now driving out there to get it repaired. Yeah, it could have also been a Hilux CSU. Any 23mm could have potentially done it. Alright, 40 minutes remaining. Just trying to see where some of the new action has been. We still have buildups of those vehicles. We've got nothing really different at the moment. I think they're doing a period of reconnaissance. They took out a majority of that convoy that went around there. A few of the vehicles that were part of this convoy, I don't know if they were taken out or just disabled from their own stupidity. They did get it marked up, though. Auntie Stasi will probably come back by May, after we conclude Zeus rotations. I might be able to do it sooner. I don't know. Depends if I come up with something for the Mondays. Because I know the Zeus rotation guy wants to 12:30, so we could do something at 6 or 3, but I'd only be able to run it for like 4 hours. No, not even 4, probably 3 to 3.5. And you still got this one chasing after him, but he's going to run out of fuel at that rate. Meanwhile... Oop, that could be a double. Limited cook-off, unfortunately. So yeah, I got stuck, so I'll have that guy keep running. These guys made it out. And some of the AA Vics are starting to make it out as well. Looks like they're finding other areas here, though, so we'll probably see that get a hit. Yep, there she goes. And have the infantry start running. I didn't end key that, it just cooked off. Darter is scouting around now. Most of these vehicles are starting to make it out as well. I'm thinking of just doing a simple, like, truck convoy of some sort. Let's go ahead and do some... We'll do it from extremists. Ooh. Here's our BMP-1 cars. I've been looking for those. We'll see if they potentially overtake each other. Alright, these have gotten away. I can remove those from play. Alright, drone check. 34 and 10. And 50 and 3. Yeah, we could throw some supply trucks in as well. Fine. Just gotta make sure there's no, like, darter up here. Looks like they are getting some spawn. They are getting reconnaissance on this, though. Middle East. What do we got here for cars? Ooh. There's some medical trucks, because why not? Hey man, a target is a target. Yeah, and then you still have some tanks here that have just gotten stuck on shit, which is kind of funny. And some other Vics here that have chosen to stay in the region. Smoke in there is starting to trail off as well. You are stuck again, aren't you? How did you get stuck in the washing machine this time? God damn step sister BMP, I swear to God. Alright, more switchblades are now moving into that terrain. We can delete these guys. They've left the AO. These guys are running in a completely different direction than I ordered them to. Are you on defend only? Is that why? Yep. Aye. Alright, 38 minutes. They're now trying to branch out to find other targets. They just black-pilled that marker there, so maybe we'll see something go and hit there. I'm just sending a bunch of vehicles in that direction. We'll see if things get intercepted. I think what's going to be more painful is me going back through this VOD tonight. Well, not tonight, but when I remake this mission file for next week, I'm going to have to basically, like, skip through the VOD and just see, like, what actual vehicles got out and then use those for next week's mission. I'm assuming the Yavin's back at base. Yep. Yeah, at this point, just, you know, 2 sets of AGMs and go ham, because that's all they have. And then Daz can be scouting with the darters at this point. Oh, they potentially found the stuff over here. That's good. Another one's heading to over there, and then they got 2 paws. Yeah, they don't know what's there, though. Those are the Switchblade, or the Shaheeds. So they definitely want to get those, but those can be destroyed by 300s as well. Right now, it's a matter of prioritizing targets here. Whoop. Nice. Get those infantry to run. You got that 600 over here now looking around. I guess the fun thing now is
آماده دستورم. انجام میدم. دارم میام.
nice, they prioritized that. That's good.
انجام میدم. دریافت شد. انجام میدم. فهمیدم. دریافت شد.
Prioritization of the more powerful AA vehicles would be smart. But again, I'm just going to be running stuff along this road for the rest of the op and just seeing what survives and what I can potentially throw at them. Yeah, we're just going to be doing some incursions a little closer. Just to see what we can get away with. Just to see what we can get away with.
آمادم. منتظر دستورم. دارم میام. دریافت شد. دریافت شد. دریافت شد. شنیدم.
All right, cool. That's a lot of switchblades they're launching into that corner. Good God. And they've still got darters doing reconnaissance in other areas as well. Let's have a look at how this has changed. They've got, yep, more positions now marked in the green zone. They got question marks down. And then they got all these positions marked as well. All right, real quick, guys. 30 minutes remaining, give or take. Good luck. Oop! Good hit there. And that killed the infantry team. We also got some artillery tanks in the corner there. I think these guys have learned maybe it's time to go. Maybe it's time to go. I see, you never left. Are you a coward? No, you just... What are you doing? Straight. Here, if I hard copy you, you should still follow the orders, right? Excellent. Silly AI. I'm gonna wait and see, and then see if I can just loop it over a little closer. Oh! He did hit it. We got other things cooking off as well. That's good. Waiting to see if they hit the Shaheed position. I can't even see the switchblade. Oh, I know, you can. Barely. Uh-oh. Yep. Time to go. Time to go. Over here, so it looks like one of the artillery tanks went into orbit somewhere, because it is no longer here. It got launched out all the way over here, and then that one got finished off. All right. Nice. All right, let's have a look at their drone counts again. We are down to 34 and 4.
I didn't have the time to react.
47 and 1. So they've got a very limited amount of 600s left. 300s, we'll see what they utilize on. Oh! I think the 600 almost hit one of the helicopters. Not bad, not bad. All right, what do we want to put in from our Mediterranean friends here? Alright, so some of the convoys beginning to make it out. I'm gonna start really infringing on that base. Knocked out a big chunk. We just got some BTRs remaining there. These might be 80 alphas though, right? Nope, just 80s. Okay. And then they've done some knockouts up here. We got some trucks as well. Alright, I think you guys should also probably, like, skedaddle. Got quite a few other positions as well. .600's coming back. It might finish off this Shilka. No, it's the one ordered to follow those helicopters. This one tinily tumbling because it ran out of fuel. Yep. It's gliding down. Alright, another wave of drones coming out probably to hit vehicles on this convoy here. The question is, they might be able to get some intercepts in this region in time, but hard to say. These are fun. Oh, look, the medical trucks made it out. Oh, yeah, we also have other positions marked over here. Then more vehicles launching over here where we got some other stuff cooking off. Nice. I don't think that's how sheds are supposed to work. I don't think that's how cooking off vehicles are supposed to work. I don't think that's how any of this is supposed to work. Huh. I don't know. That one was a little questionable to me, Chief. It's pretty funny. Half tempted to say, hey guys, those MI8s are getting a little close. Op 4 space program, yeah, right?
Marking on the map.
Oh, looks like they found some of the BM-21s out here. Oh, speaking of, I could probably put some BM-21s in this convoy. Artillery, yeah. It's just part of the fun. Yeah, so we've got more switchblades coming around in these regions here. How are we doing? A lot more stuff cooking off in this section, though. That's good. Oh, I think I glanced over this position, and we saw... Wait, no, this is the original Shilka. No, this is a different position. Yeah, no, so this position I thought they missed. They actually got it. Good. We have a random bit of technicals up there, though. So that'll definitely get committed into this fight. Some of the debris on this road I'm going to commit to the fight. All these guys got eliminated, except for this one infantry dude, so I'll just have him run. Yeah, it should be good. And some of these AI are getting pushed off the road, I think. Oh. That just got hit by something. Can you imagine driving down this road and seeing, like, static vehicles on the side just getting absolutely annihilated? You're just like, oh, no. Alright, deleting stuff that's making it out of the AO. We can get rid of those. The infantry. Oh no, not the medical vehicle. Look, it just got lost. Bro, you don't, it just got lost, bro. That's the funniest thing. I'm gonna end kit, because why not? We still have this dumb tank right here that's been stuck. Alright, 25 minutes remaining. I think we'll do like one more subset of spawns, and then that'll be it for like convoys. Ooh, these will be important.
منتظرم. آماده‌ام. انجام میدم. دارم میام. شنیدم.
Alright, that'll be the last bit of convoy stuff I put in. Looks like one switchblade missed. Oh.
دارم میام. دریافت شد.
Drag glitched him on accident. Yeah, that one just failed to detonate outright. Oof. Slowly move those MI8s a little closer in the circle. Oh, that's just mean. Oh, he survived! He survived! The switchblade tickled him! Oh my god. Alright, what do we got left? Because I think we're now like purely on 300s. Nope, there's one 600 remaining, 23 300s, and then 35 300s in there. And he's still got this guy that's been shadowing them. I'm waiting to see one of them realize, hold up, they go north, we can just launch it here, and then you can ram right into it, but I'm not sure anyone's going to make that distinction there. And I still have some Shaheeds alive. So probably by the end of the mission, I'll just Shaheed like 4 of the tanks. But I think some people are also wrapping up because there isn't much left here other than taking out some simple stuff. Alright, these trucks I can say evacs. Oh, maybe? That's gonna be close. But no cigar. I thought he might have had it. But I think he just reordered them to go somewhere else instead. They're sending more drones out here, but yeah, this convoy is going to eventually dry up, and there's other targets to hit. And this drone's still tumbling, isn't it? This is the one that ran out of fuel? Yeah, so she's slowly gliding down.
Hi, Command. Are there any jeeps anywhere on base?
I can give you some. Why?
Well, I run out of heavy drones, so time to go exploring, I guess.
Can't you explore with the darters?
But then I can't shoot anything.
Well, you're not meant to. If you want, ask the some of the other drone teams if they've got any spare like 300s you could use. Because I think with what 20 minutes remaining, there's gonna be a few. So.
Then crashing into something. Suicide data.
You just play kamikaze. Many AAA face. Yeah, they got through most of the map, though. Not all of it, mind you, but I'd say at least 2/3.
Oh, there you are. See it.
Oh, now they're starting to lock on to stuff in the tail end of the big-ass convoy. The rest of them are now pushing south instead. Ooh, nice. That disabled that. And you got more up ahead. Alright, just a little bit more chaos at this point. Uh-oh. That's one hell of a range. Jesus. That was like 10 meters away and it still took the engine out on the rear. Huh. Yeah, right on, Miner. Have a good one, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Are you trying to darter them? It scares me what they're trying to do with the darters at this point. Alright, we can delete some of the vehicles running out. Some of the tanks eventually drove out as well. It took them forever, but they were able to get out. Rest of the convoy driving by. Second op's gonna be tanks and F-35s. Yeah, this is some incredibly close scouting, though. Oh, yeah, no, he was just trying to dive, so we made him hit a truck. Alright, these guys I'm gonna go ahead and delete. These units I can go ahead and delete. Waiting to see what additional strikes some of these switchblades are gonna do. That one was already disabled, but you know what? Okay, why not? Nice. And then when we just call index, I'll go ahead and look at what we got. Alright, about 15 minutes remaining. Ooh, and they disabled the missile truck. Nice. And then we still have some infantry trickling out. Did the Yabin crash land as they were trying to put that one in. Yeah, so that one got disabled. That's unfortunate. But you can just see the fleet of launch drones right here. Oh my god. Let's see what they can get in the tail end. Oh, they got 17% fuel left. Alright, I guess this will be their last pass. So we'll have to make it extra good. Oop.
Shut it up. Shut it up. Shut it up.
Alright, then this one I'm also going to order out.
دارم دریافت شد.
Infinitely twirling, and then we have 2 disabled BMP-21s there. They're both smoking. You okay, Ian? You're somehow text slurring your words.
Oh, no, someone.
شنیدم.
No, that's not me.
Okay, Ian, just making sure.
What about them? Do you want me to do?
How's this one? Slowly drifting. Alright, they're sending another wave of 300 to that convoy. Yeah, we have tanks remaining in here, but I think they only have 300 left, so the 300s aren't going to do much to those tanks. The performance of the server, it seems fine. At least I think it's fine. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we have a, command at base.
Command, do we have any AA pieces we can bring out on base?
We had AA we could put on the heavy drones.
We don't have any heavy drones left.
Ooh, might have to use 300s then. Maybe we can hit them head on. Otherwise, hunker down. He's hiding in the bathroom. Did Angel actually knock the engine out? Oh, what? Please tell me they didn't mid-air collide. They mid-air collided, didn't they? I swear to God. I swear to freaking God. We can't win, can we?
He shot me. I didn't walk up on him.
What is this?
He was friendly to me.
That's it, another one going over the wall.
Okay. Damn. Alright.
Just stagger locked into oblivion. Oh my God.
Mine. Absolute. Shut up. Oh my fucking
I
God.
threw a grenade in where he was going and he ran right into the grenade and got annihilated. Yeah, and you saw that modern day tumbleweed. just slowly swirling. Oh my God. It's just circling. Alright, I'm gonna start doing some debug stuff for Index. Give me a moment. So we just delete everything that's destroyed.
Could you take a screenshot of all the switchblade we use at base?
Oh yeah, I'll fly my camera over it. But yeah, like, just all of the tubes. All of the switchblades used. And I'm not even done deleting everything. FPS was good. It was over 100. Yeah, it's at 77 right now because of all the rendered turrets, but you can just see all those switchblade tubes right there. Alright, let's go ahead and look at static positions. So we still had a good chunk of this convoy alive. That's fine. BMD and a ZU-23. Looking over here, I won't count that one, but I will count that BMP-3. I will count that BTR. Over here, a big chunk of stuff survived. This is an... Oh, no, those survived. These got damaged, though. These technically got damaged, but I mean... Oh, well, that one didn't. That one's wheels did.
Send in goat.
Single ZU-23 car, actually perfectly intact.
Goat noises.
Ooh, those all survived. That's not good. I have some ZU-23s there that are still alive. This I know is badly damaged, but that is still usable. These survived. Fun. Those BM-21s are disabled. That 113 was fine. What do we have over here? I know the Scud here is disabled, but these 2 tanks are alive, and this is going to be pretty critical. Looking over here, that got disabled, so I won't count it, but those 4 BTR-80s are still intact. Everything in this bottom left base is intact. Oh, no. That's not good. They don't have a radar system tied to them, though, so... we'll see. What's up?
Angel got a grenade thrown at him by a Russian pilot, and he's on, like, fatal map block.
Oh, Angel? Yeah. Well, we're gonna index soon. Don't worry. I'm just taking a head count. Yeah, he just kind of walked into that grenade saying, I'm gonna capture you, and he exploded.
Yeah, the smoke grenade is out of the grenade.
How unfortunate. Those 2 paladins survived. A big chunk of stuff up here survived. The stuff over here completely survived. Those survived. That's all disabled up there, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's all I really needed to note. I don't think anything else. Oh, yeah, and then these trucks up here. Yeah, they weren't touched. And then everything else I've captured in the convoy. All right. Let's go ahead and index. Yeah, so manual aim S400s, right? Anyway, Night Galleon, thanks for the 4-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Alright, you guys got a big chunk of stuff. We'll see how effective it was next time. Hope you had fun.
Yeah, it's fun once you realize how to control the drones.
That's why I gave a little extra so you guys could practice. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Go operate operation. We'll be back in 4 hours. Otherwise, cheers, and have a good one.